Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Pan-African Tech Foundation Central Africa Bootcamp, which is a Francophone bootcamp. I'm waiting for my co-host, John Lombella, to be on the stage and live so that he can address you. If you can hear us in the audience, can you give us a thumbs up? If you can hear us in the audience, if you're not on the stage, can you give us a thumbs up? Okay, I see one thumbs up, but only if you're not on the stage. If you're not on the stage, give us a thumbs up because I want to be sure you can hear us. I'm not seeing any thumbs up. If you're not backstage, can you give us a thumbs up? If you're not backstage, give us a thumbs up. I don't know about you guys backstage, but I can't see any thumbs up.
There's a thumbs up.
Okay, here's a thumbs up. Okay. It looks like it's just one. Okay. So okay, excellent. More thumbs up. The more thumbs up you give us, the more we know that you can hear us, and then you can interact with us as well. So please use the emojis, interact with us, let us know you can hear us, let us know what you can see, what you can't see, post in the chat. Let's make this as smooth as possible and also as interactive as possible. So I'm here to introduce to you John Lombella, who is going to be our host for the day. I will be your co-host, but I will be in the background most of the day because je ne parle pas bien français, as you all know. Mais I will do my best to parler français. So, John Lombella, I will hand over the mic to you. And could you please introduce yourself? And then you can go ahead and introduce these young men who are going to be introducing Pan-African Tech Foundation. So I'm going to hide myself now. Jean-Claude, can you hide yourself? And yeah, we'll let you go ahead. Jean-Claude, please hide yourself.
Can you guys?
Can hear you.
Hello, everyone. I'm back again. It seems we may have lost our host momentarily. So, how about we do this? How about I get my fellow PATF leadership to give the intros for PATF? So, we will start with Tet Kofi, who is the Relations Publiques et Communication des Entreprises. Tet, tell us what you know about PATF.
Voilà, merci bien, Hélène. Bonjour, chers messieurs, chères mesdames, chers invités. Je suis Tet Kofi. Je vais commencer par vous dire mes félicitations pour cette initiative de cette bootcamp. Plus de 40% des Africains ont moins de 15 ans. Les populations vont augmenter de 2,4 milliards en 2050. Cette augmentation sera la représentation d'une ville telle que Dakar tous les mois. Ceci donne à l'Afrique une opportunité fabuleuse de devenir riche. Je vais donc partager avec vous notre mission. Notre gouvernement ne peut pas donner du travail à tous. Alors, il est à nous de créer ces emplois. Si nous comprenons cette mission, notre futur sera éclairé. Si nous nous concentrons sur nos richesses individuelles seulement, notre avenir sera sombre. Les plus croissants en ces moments. Je vous souhaite beaucoup de succès dans toutes vos entreprises. Vos noms seront tous gravés dans l'histoire d'Afrique et dans l'histoire. Bon courage à vous et merci beaucoup. I hope that was clear. My French isn't the best in the world, but did you hear me?
Yes.
Superbe.
C'était super, mon ami.
Merci bien.
I think, more importantly, can the people who are not on the stage hear? Can we have someone with a thumbs up who is not on the stage, please? I just want to be sure they can hear because I know Benny said she can't hear.
Did you hear what I said before?
Okay, so I can see some thumbs up. Hopefully they're not coming from the stage. And so we will carry on. If you're having any difficulty with hearing, can you please check your connection? And I think we will move on. And the next person to give a introduction to Pan-African Tech Foundation would be Baron Armah-Kwanteng. Baron is the Conformité et Réputation à PATF.
Bon, merci bien, Hélène, ma chère cousine. Et très bien, Tet, très bon mot, c'était superbe. Bon, je suis très honoré qu'on m'a demandé de donner quelques mots de bienvenue au tout premier Central Afrique Bootcamp au nom de PATF. Je voudrais tout d'abord m'excuser pour mon mauvais français. Deuxième, je voudrais tout d'abord rendre hommage à ma dynamique cousine, Hélène Bannerman, sans qui la vision et la réalité de cette série croissante de camps d'entraînement innovants à travers l'Afrique n'aurait jamais eu lieu. Je voudrais également rendre hommage à tous les organisateurs qui ont rendu possible la journée d'aujourd'hui, aux orateurs et à tous ceux d'entre vous qui sont présents pour avoir fait de ce rêve une réalité. J'ai hâte de voir ce qui sortira de cet événement passionnant. Enfin, Je voudrais ajouter que pour que l'Afrique réalise son potentiel, nous devons nous unir au-delà des barrières nationales, régionales, culturelles et bien sûr linguistiques. C'est pourquoi je suis tellement excité que PATF embrasse maintenant le talent et l'innovation en Afrique francophone, aussi parmi les bons peuples de Centrale Afrique. Je vous souhaite à tous beaucoup de succès pour un excellent entraînement, ainsi qu'une collaboration et une innovation fructueuse. Merci et bonne journée.
Great, Elaine, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Fantastic, fantastic. These are the issues when dealing in certain part of the African continent where there are no fiber connection, girl.
Yeah, you know, I think that I mean, this is happening. This is just reality on the ground. There are always going to be connection issues. And I can see that quite a few people have connection issues. So understood.
Absolutely. Right. So who do we got here? Everybody here speaks English or French? I heard Baron speaking in French. Bonjour, Baron.
Bonjour, monsieur. Comment ça va?
Je vais très bien, merci. Vous êtes d'où ça?
Très bien, ici à Londres. Et où êtes-vous maintenant?
Alors, moi, je suis à Kinshasa en ce moment, au Congo-Kinshasa. Je suis originaire d'ici. Mais je vis en Afrique du Sud, ça va faire 19 ans que je vis là-bas, alors bon voilà, je suis au Congo. J'espérais arriver à Johannesburg tôt ce matin pour justement profiter de la bonne connexion, mais malheureusement.
C'est la vie, hein?
C'est la vie, quoi. C'est la deuxième fois que ça m'arrive sur Hermite, et c'est vraiment dommage. Ce sont les aléas de la technologie, mais je crois que ça va aller beaucoup mieux.
Absolument.
Yo, Tet, what's going on, man?
Very well, thanks, John. I'm sorry you missed my rather halting French intro, but it's good to see you. But yeah, what you say about the connection issues, they are just what they are.
They are just what they are, man, and there's nothing we can do about it, you know. But you're looking snappy. You're looking all fresh, man.
Ah, vous êtes trop gentil, comme toujours. Trop gentil.
Yo, Cazzie, what's going on?
Hey, John, how are you? How are you today? I wish I can say that my French was such exquisite as everybody else, but you know, I will take the opportunity to say it in English and use a translator for French.
That's all good, brother. That's all good. I mean, well, I do hope that certain of these platforms will essentially be able to do some sort of a live caption translation type of thing for people to be able to understand. But I suppose maybe one day we'll get to that point. Where you from, Cazzie? Where you at right now?
So I'm originally from a great place called Detroit, Michigan, but actually I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
Right in the Mid-Atlantic.
I'm going to be in Charlotte next month.
Wow. Okay. So we may have to find a chance. Please let me know, and let's connect if you're going to be here in Charlotte.
No, sure, definitely. I'll get your details from Elaine, and certainly. I mean, I'm planning to do a sort of an African diaspora tour, talking about our digital banking platform. I'm also invited as a speaker in Minnesota. There's an event going on there for the I think it's actually the FinTech Week. So we'll be talking about some of the amazing things we're doing around the world and Africa, particularly leveraging blockchain technology and so forth. So that's my passion, man. I mean, look, I've been speaking around the world on blockchain technology for the last 4 years, from Singapore to Toronto to California, LA. I've been there as well, speaking to Nairobi, London, multiple places around the world. So I'm kind of used to this. And I got to meet Elaine when I was hosting an event in March. Over close to 6,000 people actually chimed in at that event. And Elaine was quite glued throughout the entire session for 2 days. Yeah, immediately after that, she was like, "Hey, you know what? I got to talk to this brother."
Good choice, Elaine.
But let me tell you, Elaine, what actually happened since that day. You know, it's amazing what technology does. Since that particular day, not only was I exposed to over 6,000 people, 3 weeks down the line, I managed to connect with somebody in Hong Kong who actually reached back out to me on LinkedIn and say, "Hey, listen, I was actually quite impressed by your 2 days event, and this is what we do and whatnot." So that was one connection. And then there's a friend of mine in Italy who reaches out to me and say, "Hey, John, you know what? There is a if you don't mind finding a digital asset partner that essentially will be able to come in with the event." Sorry, Ellen, I got your message. Are we in the event or are we just pre the event?
In the event. So when you joined the event, Baron had given his introduction. Tet had given his introduction. So we're just waiting for Cazzie to give his introduction. So it's cool. It's cool. You know, you kind of break the ice. You make people.
Are we on the time or are we 1 hour? Because this is like UCT. Hold on a second. My time is
live,
9.
We're live. We're live, brother.
Listen, this is the beauty of online.
Well, it's an excellent icebreaker, whatever the case.
This is the beauty of online.
Come on. You know, I say it like this. It's great. You know, we speak a whole nother language too, you know. So, you know, we're telling you now that we're live in effect right now, right? So we're all the way live right now.
That sounds good. That sounds good. But listen, I'm going to take a pause right there.
Yeah, it's time for Cazzie to give his intro, and then I'll let you carry on with the rest of the program because I think people are waiting for us.
Excellent.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
John helped. All right, so I think John helped with that icebreaker tremendously. I just want to say welcome to everyone from the other side of the Atlantic, from Charlotte, North Carolina. John brought up a great point about North Carolina. It's a large banking hub and one of the top banking hubs outside of London, New York. And so a lot of great things are taking place here from that perspective. And it's truly a pleasure for me to be here, for me to speak to all of you guys so early. As Elaine said, it's about 4 a.m. for me. And when we start to look at the evolution of supply chain, as we look at this area of blockchain, one thing has been essential for us as the African diaspora, that global trade and supply chain has been essential for our survival. And it's been essential for our survival when it comes to stewarding one of the most valuable assets in the entire world. And that's, I'll say this, Mama Africa. And when we look at that in the 21st century, we still have the opportunity to steward our gifts as African people, utilizing DeFi and blockchain. And it's time for us to be the owners of our story. We're seeing it in other museums and cultures around the world. One thing you must say about us as a culture is that we have put the spice globally around the world, and we have an opportunity here. So what I would say, take the time, please learn and apply. As African people, we must own our story moving forward. Last but not least, as we look at owning our story and leveraging blockchain to do this, I would be remiss if I wouldn't ask you to do one thing, and that's to go to our website and donate. That donation allows us to be able to put on these great events like we are having right now, these boot camps that we're able to give to be able to support the evolution of our people. And through that, we just really want to thank you for attending. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your engagement. And thank you for us continue to be a global African community and continue to develop together. Thank you very much.
Cazzie, thank you very much indeed for that introduction. That was an amazing intro. I know it's 4 a.m. for you right there. Sorry to have messed up a little bit about the program earlier on. You know, time zone and everything else. This is exactly what happens when we live in multiple different actually time zones, from the West Coast, from the eastern, from the western part of the world to the eastern part. I'm actually right in the center of the world, the Democratic Republic of Congo. But with that being said, because we are a little bit 15 minutes behind schedule, I'm going to let Tet actually carry on with his introduction, because that's exactly what's going to happen right here. Tet, why don't you actually just chime in and say a couple of things if you haven't already. But if you have, I'm going to have to move on to somebody else. But Tet, would you like to give me a thumbs up if you have already spoken? Because I actually came in a little bit different. So
I opened it. I kicked it off.
That's fantastic. So we got Baron. That's good. So we got Baron who actually said his word, and Tet as well, and Cazzie. Thank you very much indeed. So I think what we're going to do right now is to move on to the actual cracks of the program, whereby we have to talk about, well, essentially, I have to be mixing French and English, right? But I mean, this is like me leaving you behind, so I can carry on in French for the rest of the audience right now. Okay, les amis, bonjour et bienvenue à cette séance francophone qui se tient aujourd'hui, ce vendredi, de 9h à 15h de notre après-midi. Alors, je vous remercie tous d'être ici. Je sais qu'on a des problèmes de connexion. Ce ne sera peut-être pas facile pour certains d'entre vous, mais on va faire un effort pour vraiment rester concentré. Et si vous avez des problèmes, faites un message dans le fond. J'aurai l'opportunité de pouvoir non seulement voir votre message, mais aussi avec le modérateur, avec Hélène, on aura définitivement l'opportunité de pouvoir en fait intervenir et voir comment est-ce qu'on peut s'entraider. Ce ne sera pas très facile. Dans certains pays, la connexion est très mauvaise, mais c'est vrai en fait que nous avons vraiment de sérieux problèmes de connexion, et moi y compris. Donc, si vous me voyez, très bien, je vous remercie. Et là, on va passer à la prochaine séance où il y a Georges qui devra bien sûr faire son intro et parler justement de ce qui se passe dans la formation aux technologies émergentes. Alors, Georges, je sais que tu es là avec moi. S'il te plaît, essaie de venir en fait sur le podium. Georges. Alors, Georges Magloire est justement du Cameroun. Il va venir parler tout à l'heure. Georges, est-ce que tu pourrais venir maintenant, s'il te plaît? Hélène, do we have George on stage right now so that he can actually come in?
George is on stage. George, are you having a connection problem? It looks like you are.
Yeah, I can see that George has got a connection problem. Alors, pendant que George est en train de se reconnecter, ce que George fera tout à l'heure, ce sera simplement parler en fait de bienfaits de la technologie blockchain. D'accord? Donc, nous sommes des fervents croyants de cette technologie. La semaine passée, vendredi, il y a une semaine, quand on était en train de faire une introduction avec tous les membres du panel, Georges a bien sûr parlé. En fait, c'est un banquier à la base, d'accord? C'est vraiment important de comprendre ça. C'est un banquier à la base, mais il s'avère que Georges se retrouvait à l'université au Nigeria quelque part où il a eu l'opportunité de pouvoir apprendre. En fait, on lui a parlé justement de ce qu'était que la blockchain et les crypto-monnaies, et il a été fasciné par cela. Mais en tant que banquier, alors qu'il faisait en fait des études, je crois de maîtrise en fait. Il a choisi de pouvoir faire sa recherche dans le domaine. Et par conséquent, non seulement a-t-il trouvé cela très, très, très intéressant, mais il a décidé de pouvoir commencer à écrire des articles et contribuer dans certaines colonnes en international pour les publier. Et nous espérons que Georges aura l'opportunité tout à l'heure, non seulement de se reconnecter, mais aussi de venir en ligne et parler justement de ce qu'il va faire de sa technologie, de la technologie blockchain, et surtout parler de la formation aux technologies émergentes. Donc, il s'agira là de l'introduction à la blockchain et à ses cas d'utilisation. Il est responsable en fait du PATF, qui est justement le Pan-African Technology Forum, de la sous-région de l'Afrique centrale. Alors, son entretien prendra environ 15 minutes. Et nous espérons que Georges aura l'opportunité de se reconnecter tout à l'heure. C'est vrai que sa connexion n'est pas très, très, très bonne. Alors, pendant ce temps, nous allons essayer de passer en revue. Hélène, are you still there with me?
I'm here with you, yes. So
Beautiful.
It seems that George, are you able to speak? Can you unmute? George, if you could unmute.
I think George is going to unmute. He is unmuting himself, but definitely he has connection issues.
If George has connections issues, then I think what we might have to do is we might move to the next session. And then when George has sorted out his connection issue, we might come back to him. The only thing is, I just wanted to see whether Kaula is here. Okay,
right. So do we have Kaula Tonfiui on the stage? Kaula, are you around with us while we're trying to get George to come back online? So while we're having that, les amis, pendant qu'on est en train d'attendre que George et Kaula reviennent, je vais essayer de faire une petite introduction sur la blockchain. So Hélène, I'm just going to briefly talk a little bit about blockchain technology here on a very low level without really stealing the show from George, who needs to be able to take on and speak about it for the greater good, actually, and present his expose to the rest of the audience. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that.
Before you do that, John, that is for the next session. So what we might just do is start the next session so that we can go ahead and start the blockchain session. I'm going to end this session, and then the next session will start.
Sounds good.